Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about the movie Inuyashiki. Ichiro Inuyashiki moves into a new house with his wife and children. Inuyashiki is a modest, quiet, elderly clerk who works in an office 5 days a week. He earns enough to buy a house for his family on credit, but not enough for the house to be in a decent neighborhood and look respectable. Ichiro's wife is tired of him. His children ignore him, or worse, despise him. His bosses dislike Inuyashiki and reprimand him for his mistakes. His commute to work takes him through a crowded subway, and on his way home, he encounters robbers beating up a clerk just like him. Seeing this, Ichiro turns around and walks away. In the evening, when he returns home, he passes the time on his doorstep. At that moment, a dog with a note on its collar runs into the tiny courtyard. Ichiro reads it and realizes that the dog's name is Hanako. He is going to keep her, since her owners threw her out, but his wife tells him to get rid of the animal. Ichiro receives his test results from the hospital. They say he has cancer. Most of his body is affected by the disease. When Inuyashiki arrives at the hospital, the doctor suggests that he talk to his family because Itaro does not have long to live. Itaro is depressed. He tries to call his wife, but Tanya answers the phone. Then he calls his son Takashi, but Takashi is not interested in talking to him. His money is being taken away at school. When Ichiro calls his daughter Mari, she simply refuses to answer. Returning home, Inuyashiki tries again to talk to his family, but they won't listen to him. His wife insists that he get rid of the dog that still lives in their yard. Ichiro goes for a walk with Hanako and tries to leave the dog outside, to run away from it, but the dog catches up with him in the park. Ichiro cries, apologizes to Hanako, and then notices a young man on a bench. Light falls from the sky in absolute silence. The young man gets up, and there is a humming sound like an airplane engine. Hanako runs away, and something falls between the young man and Ichiro, exploding on the ground. In flashes of light, Ichiro sees strange shadows and hears Hanako barking. When he wakes up, Inuyashiki does not understand what happened. It is morning, and he is still lying in the park. Hanako is running nearby. He takes the dog back home and hides him in his room. His wife thinks that Ichiro got drunk and slept outside all night. During breakfast, Inuyashiki cannot taste his food. He feels strange and leaves the table. In his room, he notices that his hand is starting to smoke. He feels it, presses something on his wrist, and then the nail of his middle finger flips back. Hidden underneath are two glowing connectors, and his hand transforms into a robotic set of protrusions and nozzles. A barrel resembling a weapon spews out everything Ichiro ate for breakfast. Inuyashiki is frightened, his head transforms, then his other arm. He sees himself in the mirror and can't believe his eyes. When his wife enters the room, Ichiro hides his transformations. He realizes that he has become a robot. Hiro Shishigami. A schoolboy who is in the same class as Mari, Ichiro's daughter. After school, he goes to his friend Naoyuki, an avid gamer. He calls him to the balcony and shows him how to shoot a bird with his finger. Naoyuki is extremely surprised, but Hiro is not going to stop there. The friends go down to the underground garage, where Shishigami begins to control cars with his mind. At the end of the performance, he finally amazes Naoyuki by transforming himself and saying that he is now a robot. Inuyashiki is reprimanded by his boss again. Ichiro made a mistake at work, causing his company to suffer losses. They want to fire him, but he begs his boss to let him work until retirement. When Ichiro leaves work upset, he notices a dying pigeon on the sidewalk. Inuyashiki puts his hands on it, realizes he can heal it, and does so. The healthy pigeon flies away, and Ichiro hears the pleas of a mother whose child is dying in the hospital. Ichiro goes there and heals the boy. He realizes that he can heal with his hands. Inuyashiki is finally happy, he is doing something incredible, restoring people's health. But then he is drawn to a new sound, the cry of a girl who is about to be killed. At school, Hiro uses his newfound powers to punish the bullies who were taking money from his friend Naoyuki. Seeing this, Hiro's classmate, Shion Watanabe, confesses her love for him. After school, Hiro, following his mother's advice, goes to visit his father, who abandoned them and left for another woman. They have a family, 2 children, a boy and a girl, who adore Hiro. They are happy, carefree, and joyful. Hiro has to take money from his father so that he and his mother can live normally. Hiro is angry and jealous, he points his finger at his father, intending to take his life, but he doesn't pull the trigger. Frustrated by his own indecision, Hiro wanders the streets, listening to people talking in their homes. When he hears happy parents talking to their daughter, he enters their house. Hiro kills his father and mother simply because he can. Then he kills their daughter. At that moment, Ichiro arrives at the house of the girl who asked him not to kill her and finds her dead. He tries to heal the girl. His new body cannot do this. Then he hears the killer, goes into another room, and sees Hiro. He recognizes the young man who was with him in the park on the night he turned into a robot. Hiro points his finger at Ichiro and shoots. Inuyashiki falls, but quickly recovers. When this happens, Hiro is no longer in the apartment. The next day, Naoyuki learns that Hiro has killed several people. He says that because of this, they can no longer be friends. Hiro returns home, where his mother asks him to move in with his father, as she has been diagnosed with inoperable cancer and will soon die. Hiro does not want to lose his mother. He vows not to let her die. Returning home, Ichiro discovers another scene. His wife scolds their son for stealing and their daughter for poor grades. Ichiro promises to save their family, but Mari does not believe him. She tells him that his wife is cheating on him and their son is being robbed every day at school. In despair, Ichiro loses faith in his powers, but then he hears Naoyuki's prayer. He asks God to stop Hiro, otherwise his friend will kill someone again. Inuyashiki realizes that Hiro is the same guy who killed the defenseless family. Ichiro takes Hanoka, releases the engines from his back, and flies toward Naoyuki's voice. He finds the guy in the very park where his transformation into a cyborg took place. In a conversation with Naoyuki, Ichiro finds out what Hiro is capable of. He also realizes that one of the weaknesses of their robotic bodies is soup. At an abandoned landfill, Naoyuki trains Inuyashiki to shoot from his finger. It takes a while, but he succeeds. At the same time, Hiro and his mother talk to the doctor about his mother's illness. The doctor is amazed. He shows them the images and informs them that the cancer has receded. Without realizing it, Hiro has cured his mother. On the way home, they are surrounded by police officers. They want to discuss the murder of the family, for which Hiro is responsible. But the guy does not want to just give himself up to the authorities. He runs away, and a fight with the police ensues. Hiro easily defeats the law enforcement officers. When guns are pointed at him, Hiro shoots from his fingers and wounds the police officers. They open fire on him, but the bullets do not harm the fugitive. Breaking away from the chase, Hiro starts his jet engines and flies away. The television reports that Hiro Shishigami is suspected of murdering. He is declared wanted. Hiro's classmate, who is in love with him, finds the boy and invites him to her place. She hides him from the police. The girl lives with her grandmother. Her parents died of a serious illness. While Hiro was running from the police and hiding in Watanabe's house, Ichiro was practicing shooting with his finger. He is already quite good at it. He can shoot through metal, but shooting is difficult for Inuyashiki. He is constantly thirsty. Water replenishes his energy reserves. Ichiro realizes that treating people comes more easily to him. During training, Ichiro and Naoyuki discover that cybernetic bodies cannot digest salt. That is why Inuyashiki felt nauseous after eating soup. Returning from school, Mari notices her father with Naoyuki. They talk and smile. She catches Naoyuki and tries to find out how they know each other. The guy lies that he met her father in an online game. Journalists and ordinary people attack Hiro's mother. They want her to take responsibility for her son's crime. Hiro sees all this on the internet. The woman can't take it and kills herself. Hiro finds out about it from the news. He is hurt. He suffers. After all, it was because of him that this irreparable thing happened. Shishigami Hiro finds the guy who gave the press his mother's address. He kills him through the monitor screen. Then he goes to the chat room where the boy used to hang out and promises to kill everyone in the chat who discussed Hiro and his mother. He doesn't have to wait long. Hiro finds everyone, including the journalists, and kills them without leaving his house. At night, Shaun comes to Hiro. He tells his classmate that he really did kill that family. She doesn't believe Hiro, but he shows her his body transformation, takes her with him, and flies away. As they fly over the city, Hiro decides not to kill anyone else. He promises this to Shaun. The news reports new murders involving Hiro. Now everyone knows that he can kill through the internet. Hiro learns from the same news reports that a mysterious angel has appeared who heals sick children. This news intrigues Hiro. He intends to find out who this angel is. At this time, Ichiro's daughter begins to suspect something. She catches her father talking to Naoyuki, but he, unwilling to explain anything, simply leaves. Shaun gets up in the middle of the night to drink some water. In the room, she finds a dozen special forces soldiers pointing their guns at her. At that moment, Hiro wakes up. The soldiers open fire. Hiro shields Shaun with his body. He is furious that the special forces almost killed his girlfriend. Hiro kills all the soldiers on the spot. Shaun's grandmother, with whom they live, is killed in the shootout. Several bullets also hit the girl herself. When it's all over, Hiro discovers that she is dead. Everyone Hiro has ever loved, everyone he has ever had feelings for, dies. Shishigami cannot bear it. He remembers the promise he made to Shaun and does not punish the other police officers and special forces waiting outside the house. He simply flies away into the unknown. The news reports the horrific murders committed by Shishigami Hiro. Seeing this, Ichiro asks his family to stay home and turn off their phones. But they don't listen. Hiro decides that everyone in this country must die. He connects to the public broadcasting network via the internet and appears on all the screens in the country. Shishigami tries to explain that he was forced to kill the police and special forces, that he did it in revenge for the murders of Cheyenne and her grandmother. However, he does not expect anyone to believe him. Hiro starts shooting directly from smartphone screens, televisions, and street monitors. People drop dead wherever Hiro appears. Panic ensues, city dwellers flee, trying to hide, but it doesn't help. Wherever Shishigami appears, people begin to die. Inuyashiki hears the voices of those killed by Hiro. They beg for mercy. At that moment, Ichiro is talking to Naoyuki. He decides to save everyone. Naoyuki gives Ichiro a bottle of salt water. Then Inuyashiki interrupts Hiro's broadcast and starts his own. He shows Naoyuki, who asks everyone to turn off their phones and computers so that Shishigami doesn't kill them. Hiro also sees this and recognizes his old friend. He is not going to give up. Shishigami launches dozens of missiles into the air to kill the remaining residents of the city and destroy the screens from which Naoyuki is broadcasting. Ichiro sees this and realizes where the missiles were launched from. He rushes to the roof of the building. Ichiro finds Shishigami. They get into an argument. Inuyashiki asks him to stop killing and retreat. He says that their abilities are a gift from above, which means they should be used for good. Hiro disagrees. They start fighting. Both take flight. Hiro chases Ichiro through the city, shooting at him, trying to shoot him down. While flying, Inuyashiki hears the plea of his daughter Mari. She is in one of the buildings attacked by Hiro. She has been buried and wounded. Itaro finds out where his daughter is. He flies to her rescue, but Shishigami gets in the way. Hiro throws Inuyashiki through a building. He lands in a helicopter with journalists. A female reporter falls out of the helicopter and dies instantly, but Ataro manages to save the cameraman. He carries the man with the camera still running to the roof of the building, where Hiro kills him. Shishigami wants to replenish his energy supply. He opens a bottle of water, but Ichiro shoots it. Then he takes out his own salt water. Hiro forcibly takes it from Inuyashiki and drinks it greedily. Having replenished his strength, he attacks Ichiro again. Ichiro flies away from Shishigami. Rockets fly after him and explode. Hiro pursues Ichiro and catches up with him at the edge of space. He grabs the old man, ready to kill him with one last shot. Then something strange happens. Shishigami's body expels salt water. Now the advantage is on Ichiro's side. He fires rockets at his enemy. They explode and Hiro falls to the ground. Ichiro thinks Shishigami is dead. He goes to rescue his daughter and finds her unconscious in a half-ruined building. Inuyashiki does everything he can to keep his daughter alive. The girl regains consciousness, sees her father, and begins to sob from the fear she has experienced. At that moment, Hiro attacks Ichiro. He survived, is angry, and is ready for revenge. A fight breaks out, in which Hiro gains the upper hand. Mari sees that her father is a cyborg. Wanting Ichiro to experience the same pain he did, Shishigami first wounds Mari and then throws her out of the window. Inuyashiki is in shock. Something is happening to him, he is becoming stronger. Hiro attacks Ichiro, but Ichiro casually shatters the right side of his body and flies out of the building. At the last moment, Inuyashiki saves Mari, heals her wounds, and flies away to rescue the other victims. Peace has come to Ichiro's family. No one except his daughter knows about his abilities. The police declared Hiro dead when they found the remains of his body. Naoyuki returns home after school and finds his old friend in his room. Hiro has lost his right arm. Despite everything Hiro has done, Naoyuki is not angry with him. He missed his friend and is glad that he is alive. They talk for a while, and Naoyuki suggests playing a computer game like they used to, but while he is launching it, Hiro disappears. That's where the movie ends. Thank you all for watching.